This is Morten from INKISH. I am here at my hotel, going home in 10 hours or something like that. So, unfortunately, a late flight home, but it's also time for evaluate the past 2 weeks of work in the US, and I will spare you for the details of all the different places we have been at, and focus a little bit on my views on Printing United. First of all, it's always great to see friends and customers and followers at trade shows, and I'm amazed that we, as such a small company from North America, from Denmark and Slovenia and wherever we have our people, um, has got a market in the US. We get a lot of recognition for our work, and truly appreciate it. It is important when you work hard that you also get some feedback about what we do has a value to you as a reader or viewer. And obviously, the new Max Executive magazine with Seabold, written by Mark Bruno, I think has resonated quite well. Of course, not like a big hitter when it comes to a number of people that have taken the magazines and enjoyed reading about something that is maybe not seen as from everybody's side, but is the foundation of trade media in the US and also trade shows back from the 50s, basically, right? So thank you for that. And that, of course, also leads me to my view on Printing United. I think that the team, Mark Supers and Amanda in particular, has done a fantastic job. They keep also focusing on what can be changed, what can be better, what can be smarter. And in this year's Printing United, there was a couple of new things that you may not know of. One of them is that they had a media day before the show started Tuesday, and that has, we were not there, but what we hear from our colleagues is that it was pretty good. There was like speed dating where you could meet vendors and talk about new technologies and equipment and those kind of things. But there was also like learning sessions and Q&As and opportunities for better getting into the equipment. And you can say, why is that important to talk about? It is important because with several hundred exhibitors at a trade show, it is impossible for any media to go into details on all the technologies that you need to know of. And therefore, if a media can get a little help in actually focusing on what are the changes and what is new and what is important, it makes it easier for us to communicate those things and that to you guys in our respective media. So I think that in the coming weeks, months, you will see a lot of detailed content that is because of the media day that Printing United did this year. They also did a few other things. There was like the Knowledge Center, which was like let's say a conglomerate of different small booths at the entrance. We had a booth there. A lot of our friends from the industry had a booth there, and I would say that idea super good, execution also quite good. I would say that if I should have like a wish, and that goes also to ourselves because we got the booth a little bit last minute, so we didn't have enough. We didn't allocate resources for being there all the time, and I think that was maybe one of the problems, that not all booths were like. Had people during all the hours of the opening of the trade show, and I think that the knowledge center as an idea, where you basically say that okay, let's have media, let's have specialists, let's have the people that are basically curating the content based out of a trade show like Printing United. They should be there. They should conquer the stage. They should use the writers and the specialists to basically explain and teach and educate more. I think a lot of people in the industry understand the value of education and how important it is. And of course, it needs to be recorded and broadcasted, because sometimes people come to a trade show to talk to their vendors, to see new technology, and therefore don't participate in these educational sessions, and therefore maybe few people only watch them live, but that doesn't mean that they should not be recorded and delivered to a broader audience during or after the show, in my humble opinion. Then we have covered Pretty United since the beginning, and I hope we will continue to do so. The partnership with Pretty United, I think, is quite strong, but, and there's a little but to it, and that is as an electronic media that records everything in 4K and basically wants to make as high quality footage as possible. It is absolutely a no-go to have so bad internet service as Las Vegas Convention Center offers. I would say that I think it's shameful for the Expo Center also to offer to the guests and the attendees service up to 1.5 megabits for $80 per day. That is outrageous, and it should be stop this kind of exploring something that is to many as important as fresh water and breathing. And you can always say that, well, is it that important? Yes, it is. And as a media, if we can't get high-speed internet for delivering our content, we cannot participate in cover events. We cannot ask my people to sit all night long at hotels and upload content just because the internet is not good enough at a convention center. So that is one of the things that are very important, and I know it's also very important to many OEMs and to some of the attendees that I spoke to. Then something that it was a little bit sad for I think for Printing United, but not their fault, and that was that Las Vegas Convention Center was under reconstruction. And as you know, convergence and under one roof has been, let's say, kind of a slogan for Printing United since it was its first in Dallas in 2019. And this time, the South Hall was for, let's say, the old SGIA kind of expo where you had like large formats apparel, those kind of things, and then in the Central Hall it was more like of the commercial print type. And because the two halls were so separated, I must admit that I only saw it the second day, that there was actually a second hall. I knew there was a South Hall, but I was a little bit confused because the angle of the Central Hall, I thought that, okay, one angle was the South Hall and the other one was the Central Hall. Stupid me, and I could have checked the maps from the show. But what that gave to me when I was checking out both sides was that it was actually, in my opinion, quite separate shows. So if I should think of it for a second, I would think of, okay, we have two different print shows taking place at the same time, and why not? There was a Label Expo in Chicago at the same time, and there was a Supercore Expo in Orlando at the same time. So having more shows taking place at the same time doesn't seem to be so out of reach in what, and that, I think that was a shame for Pretty United as organizers, because of that reconstruction thing. It didn't feel so natural to go from one side to another side, at least not from my perspective. Then people often talk about Las Vegas, and I know it's for some Americans a wonderful place to attend, and I think that some people might take advantage of also using the facilities of Las Vegas, like the gaming things and the recreational things, and also the, let's say, the entertainment industry. To me, Las Vegas is. It's not worse or better than Orlando or Atlanta or any of the other cities that we have attended. What I don't like, however, and you can call me old-fashioned and everything you want about that, but I was at a vendor, not a vendor. It was like more like a dealer event one evening at the Palm, and when we arrived to the terrace, I think there were more prostitutes than guests. I don't like it. I think that it's a little bit. I mean, I don't know whose fault it is, or it's just like the hotels just allow these women to be at these places. But in the one side, we have Women for Print Alliance, where we talk about respectful. How we should be respectful to each other and how we should give opportunities to women. And then at the other side, women are used as for whatever kind of entertainment in the same kind of sphere. I would not participate in any events at the Palm anymore. I think it was. I don't like to see neither young men or old men walking away with these prostitutes, often young women that could be. They are daughters of somebody, right? They are. They are human beings that have a life, and I don't believe in the happy hooker, to be honest. And that little hiccup, I think, is maybe one of the downsides of being in a place like Vegas, because basically that entertainment, I think it's Vegas that is called the Sin City, and I guess that you can get all the best and all the worst out of people when you go to places like this. And then you can always ask yourself, I mean, if you don't use them or take advantage of these, let's say, facilities, to say it like that, you can say that I don't care. But I do care. I have a daughter myself. I would feel very shameful if I saw her or some of her friends in those positions, whatever reason they might have for doing it, right? So I think that will was part of the things that I see. I forgot to say something that is maybe the most important thing, and that is about the attendees at Printing United. I think what I have seen, I've not seen any official numbers yet, but what I saw is that the South Hall with the large format and apparel was very busy and very crowded during the 3 days. And unfortunately, that was, in my view, not the case in the Central Hall. I think there was, I think actually that Tuesday, the first day, was okay busy most of the day, but not like very intense. And I heard vendors talking about and exhibitors talking about that. Yes, but tomorrow, Wednesday, there will be more busy, and that didn't happen in my opinion. Wednesday was also okay. It was not a large crowd at any point of time in the Central Hall, and Thursday it was really empty, especially when you passed noon, and it's kind of strange / interesting, because I mean, I think we need these kind of shows. I think we need these shows for showing new equipment, and there's a lot of equipment to see. And in a Drupa year where you see a lot of the equipment also from Drupa now being presented in North America, it's a shame that people don't take advantage of having these. I don't know if it's too expensive to basically be in Vegas, because it is expensive. Food, accommodation, flying there if it's last minute is not cheap, right? And I know that some of the people I spoke to also said that, okay, but there's 3 shows, so they had to pick between Label Expo in Chicago and Printing United. But still, if the industry doesn't back up around events like this, you will eventually not have these types of events. And that is something where I think the networking and the business side of it would be suffering a lot from not having them. So I think it's important to have those considerations also when you see the invitations for next year. The quality of visitors is always argued, and I mean, I don't know how you actually evaluate that 1,000%, because I mean, you can be a very positive prospect, but maybe not you buy this year, but maybe next year. You're then not a good prospect. I would say you are. And then, of course, you can say that when you exhibit, you always want to get good leads so you can start the conversation and sell if possible. And at some booth, I know there was good sales and good traffic, and at some booth there was less. And it's, of course, always difficult to judge whether the overall output or outcome of an event like Printing United was good or bad. I think it was good. And I think it was, for most, I don't know if it's paid the bills, but at least also an opportunity to brand yourself as a company. And as always, I learned a lot by seeing all the halls and the halls and all the exhibitors, because it is always the unexpected is often where you learn the most, because some of the big brands where you follow them with a lot of media attention and also from Drupa, then when you walk a show like Printing United, you experience things that you didn't anticipate. So I think all in all, a very good show, and except the things I talked about, especially with the internet and that is a bummer, to be honest. But let's hope that this resonates a little bit with what Printing United as a team can do when they pick the exhibition spots in the future. Basically, say that this is we're not in a time where internet is such an exclusive product that you can charge a lot for nothing. It's a commodity that's needed, and it's a commodity that will, I'm sure it will keep people away if they know how bad it is, because a lot of people going to a professional trade show still have to do their work and have contact back to the office all the time, otherwise they cannot be at trade shows at all. So with that said, now I promise no more comments on Printing United this time. Thank you guys.